what I'm most appreciative of this trip is I got to see Israel in a way that I would have never seen it if I came on my own. Like, I've had my points where I'm complaining because it's like one thing after another and it's made me exhausted. But like, I feel like if I were to come on my own, I probably would have spent a majority of my time, you know, drinking a beer and like meeting people. But so I'm really appreciative of the, you know, all the different places we got to see and all the different people we got to meet, because I wouldn't have got a quarter of that experience if I came just with a girlfriend or something. So I'm really appreciative of that. And I really loved meeting everyone, the soldiers. I thought the director was like one of the coolest people I've ever listened to in my life. And I'm so happy that I got to get those hikes in. It was absolutely beautiful and helped level out all the hummus that I've been eating. So yeah, it was really, really great, and I'm so happy that I've come home with so many friends, and I'm hoping to contact some of the people that I've met in Israel next time I come. And next time I come, I get to do it in like a totally different way, which I'm really excited for, because there's so many different things I also didn't get to do that I'm now like dying to come back and try. So really appreciate it.
For me, it was mostly kind of fitting all the pieces together. You know, I went to Hebrew school when I was younger. I called in sick and didn't go a lot. I got bar mitzvah, I studied, I read it, and to me, Hebrew was basically a useless set of words that we went and said in the synagogue, and I had no clue what any of it meant or what the importance was. And they always said, oh, that way we can pray together, we can pray together. We studied all the history, we studied Jerusalem, we always talked about it, we always referenced next year in Jerusalem. Coming here fit it all together, like why we always reference Jerusalem as being our place, our safe haven together. It understood the importance of why I need to read Hebrew. Now I'm sitting here dying, wishing I had gone to those classes that I skipped, saying I wish I had a better reading of how to read those words and could ask what the significance of it was. So for me, it was just an amazing experience. I think it kind of clicked for me at Ravine Square when you just realize that Judaism isn't the exception, it's the rule. Like nowadays, when I go through life, I have to, especially with the people I work with, the only way to rationalize that you're Jewish is to crack a joke and make it into something funny. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. It's, you know, we're a community, we're together, and it doesn't have to be the exception.
Here, pretty much, I knew I was Jewish growing up. Both of my parents are Jewish, but we never practiced it in the home. I went to temple on high holidays with my friends growing up, but I wasn't bat mitzvahed, and I've just been feeling lately that I wanted to connect to it and get more information, but I didn't really know how to start that, and so I felt like Birthright, all my cousins were telling me you have to go, so I thought Birthright would be the perfect way to jumpstart whatever it is that I need and want to do. I feel like I have never learned so much in 10 days in my entire life about you guys, about the Israelis, about Israel, about, I don't know, I've asked probably a million questions, I've answered a million questions, and I feel like I never heard a question asked that wasn't answered by anyone to anyone, and I've never experienced anything like that where people are just so willing to be honest and open and share secrets. Like we've known each other for 10 days, and I feel like I know some of you like better and even deeper than I've known people that I've known for 5 years. So I thought that was amazing. As far as my favorite things, I really connected to Mount Herzl. That was very emotional for me. I feel very connected to the way that the Israeli people feel about each other and support each other and just what they go through. This, when Eyal spoke about being, his experiences in the military was just mind-blowing. It really was amazing, and I appreciated the honesty, and it was just very touching to me. So this experience definitely changed my life.
When I told my family I was coming to Birthright, they were all like shocked because I'm like definitely the most resistant to being, you know, Jewish in my family. And coming here and meeting the Israelis and learning that you don't have to be like meeting Jews and seeing secular Jewish people that are still fully Jewish and experiencing the culture and experiencing the, you know, rich history and just learning so much and being immersed in it. I feel so connected. And like I can safely say now, like I will absolutely be raising my kids Jewish, and it's something that I want to, you know, carry on throughout the generations. That's something that I absolutely could not say before I got here. So that's been really special for me to feel really confident on that. And my favorite part would definitely have to be Lod, meeting the kids, meeting the Israeli participants, just that human engagement and connection. It's just been really special.
There's a lot of things I want to say, but I have to obviously decompress and think about it when I'm home. But a few things that come to mind what are growing up in a house where my father was Catholic, my mom is Jewish. There was a lot of conflict, and we never could choose any sort of thing, any sort of religion to believe in. So I guess we decided, or they decided, that we're not going to celebrate any religion. And as a child, you're taught through your mother and father. So because they didn't teach me anything, or to go to church, or go to study any sort of religion, I didn't grow up with any religion, and I didn't think I really needed it. And yeah, as you get older, you kind of realize that, for me, like the last couple of years have been really challenging and difficult for me. And now I realize that I need a community in my life. I need something, a higher power. I need a spirituality or something. And that's what this trip meant to me, was coming here, learning a little bit about my heritage and my roots, and it's very impactful for me, because now I kind of, you know, now I know that coming here is something that now I know that a community is very important, and I'm going to take this back, this feeling of everyone coming together. I'm going to take that back to where I live, and kind of try to find a community there that will love me and care for me, and for me to love other people as well. So that's really great for me. The most important part of the trip, there's not one thing that I'm going to say that is the most important part. Everything was just so amazing. I think the Israeli participants were just really special people, and seeing people that absolutely love their country, protecting their borders, I didn't really know what that meant, because, you know, our borders are Canada and Mexico, and, you know, there's no real conflict going on there. But seeing all these Israeli participants protecting their country, because obviously you don't know what's going to happen, it just really shows the love for their country, and you see that. You see it everywhere you look. Everyone's in uniform, and everyone's, you know, they just love their country, and that's really important for me. So that's one of the best things that I thought, because they interacted with us for about 4 days, and so that was really special. Probably the site that meant the most, probably the Holocaust Museum, just because the significance. You grow up, and, you know, I've been to the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., and they really had a sort of kind of dark picture of the Holocaust. But coming here to Israel and going to the Holocaust Museum, there was a really more uplifting story, and I thought that was really a special thing.
I just wanted to come here and just be able to continue this religion in my family as it grows. And when my grandparents both passed, I felt like that fell onto me. So being here has made me really question and have thirst for more knowledge. So when I get home, I definitely will be researching tons of stuff that I have questions about on my own. And Israel gave that to me. That was like the best gift, was knowledge and quench for more of it.
These last couple of days, I think, really is when I felt
like less like a tourist and more just like I was traveling through Israel and taking a hike. And so to be able to just walk alone for 5 miles or with people is really, really great. I also really enjoyed all the a lot alone with the kids and working outside and seeing them in their comfort zone kind of with each other and singing, and I think that's when everybody really kind of came out a little bit more. I also really enjoyed that first day when we all went up to hear about the mysticism of the Jewish religion and just Abraham's way and how he came from the States and where he is now and why he is there and everything else. It was really, really nice to, I think, jump into right off the bat, and I really enjoyed that day a lot.
It's, I didn't volunteer just because there's so much. There's so much that has happened over the past 10 days. 11 days. I don't even know how many days. It's been crazy. I mean, from day one to being on the snowy mountain to Tel Aviv, to Jerusalem, to the Bedouins. I mean, it was just out of control. I've never done anything like that in my life. And I consider myself a pretty active person, so it was new. It's every day is a different thought process. I can't even imagine. I can't even tell you guys how many thoughts have been running through my head, how many conversations I've had. It's overwhelming. On top of that, when we split up into 3 groups in Tel Aviv, I mentioned how I feel very fortunate to have Ayal as a tour guide, just because of how passionate he is. So thank you. I'm not going to go into more detail because I've already sucked up to you enough. But then we met the Israelis, and they were just as passionate. And it just got to me because in America, I don't feel like we're as passionate. We're not. It's hard to meet people that are patriotic for their country, and it kind of hurts. And it was refreshing. It was refreshing to see people that are. So keep doing it.
I just feel like I didn't know anything before I got here. I didn't know much about Judaism. My father's Jewish, and we didn't really grow up doing anything with Judaism. And he didn't talk about it too much, and his family wasn't terribly religious. So I just feel completely enlightened being here. Like, I've learned so much about the country, about the history, about the Jewish culture. I didn't know anything, and I just feel like my world's been kind of opened up to not only like history, but also, like everyone said, people that care so much about their country and have these opinions and strong feelings, and it's definitely really motivating to care more and to do more and to educate yourself more. And so then that's mainly what I've taken out of this.
I never necessarily felt a connection to Israel. I just knew I was Jewish because I believed in the religion and had always been a part of the Jewish community at home and knew how important that was to me. But coming here and seeing everything for myself really made me feel connected to a bigger, something that was much bigger than me, much bigger than a community in one, singular place. So I think that was really important, and I think it's just going to make me a better professional and a better person for having had this experience. And I just am in complete awe of all of the work that goes into planning and organizing something like this, and the staff members and all of the people who go on the trip coming, some so openly, some more open than others, but I feel I'm just in awe of the whole process and the community that's been created and the experience that we are all gonna go home with. And